I think we're ready. I think we gotta go now. Let's see. Um, let's see. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to another Lazy Constantine stream. Obviously, my name is Lazy Constantine, and today we have some change of plans. Yesterday I told everyone that I will be playing ZZZ, that I will be trying out the new game mode that they just recently released. But alas, this morning, NTE releases their 1.3 program, and so I figured since this is a much more like kind of like time sensitive content, I should probably get into this one first. And so we're gonna be watching the 1.3 today, and depending on how the situation is going to be tomorrow, I'm gonna do the ZZ tomorrow if I have time, if the situation allows, basically. So basically, like the ZZZ is TBD. Okay, but for now, I think we're gonna prep ourselves by watching this. Because NTE is one of the main gacha games that I am currently playing. And I am honestly kind of excited to see what they're cooking with the game. Because they had to delay this story update specifically in order to make time to fix stuff up, apparently. So they switched out the 1.3 and the 1.2 content, and the 1.2 that we currently have is the filler patch instead of like the supposed to be the ending of the story arc. So now let us see, like, what are they cooking in here, right? And whether the delay that they did justifies the content that they're gonna offer here. Personally, I'm really looking forward to it. Because I think I did see a couple of like drip marketing of like Zanko coming to the next banner. And if you guys don't know, Zanko is basically that lady with a sword right here. So yeah, we shall see how it goes. Stream preview, bot counters. I think we should speed it up a bit. I'm gonna speed it up to like 1 minute. Actually, no. Let's do 2 minutes, and I'm gonna like speed up the overall program speed. 10% should be good. Now we shall actually see. Okay, in 10 seconds. Let's fucking go. Unfortunately, there's not much to talk about like right now in the waiting area because it's only PNGs. So I'm assuming this is probably like before we change screen, right? I'm assuming this is gonna be like the patch life art, I guess. So that's probably what we're gonna be seeing on the launcher. Next. So unfortunately, there's not. Well, actually, we can probably do a bit of like analysis before we start everything, right? First of all, they showcase two characters that we have met so. They showcase all the characters that we have met so far. I think other than the girl with the purple hair right here. She doesn't seem all that familiar, at least like according to like the latest story so far. But otherwise, we do know this pink girl. She was part of the ETD. I think it was part. She's part of the same organization as like the rest of us. She's part of like the anomaly, kind of like um. Basically, she's part of like the police in some ways that deals with anomalies. I don't know the name of the organization. Like, there's so much of them that like my brain is not braining right now. But she's basically part of the police that deals with anomalies, right? And we already encountered her because she showed up during the last main quest story. And obviously we have Daffodil here, which she seems to be like holding her sword up. That means like this is probably going to be like one of those scenes where she ended up fighting, whether it is fighting us or she's helping us fighting Inanna and Zanko. And as you guys can see here, obviously we have Zanko as well here, and she seems to not be wearing her eye patch anymore. And I'm wondering if this kind of symbolizes something. Um, I would assume this would symbolizes her as a playable character. I think like a new arc, a new beginning in her life, because in the last story, I think one of her eye is actually covered in flowers. And then we got Hotori, which seems to be sleeping or unconscious for some reason, which is kind of like a bad sign because she's supposedly really strong, even in the story. And even like lore wise. So the fact that she's like either sleeping or unconscious means something big is bound to happen. Either someone is strong enough to make her fell unconscious, or she's expending a lot of power to the point that she fell unconscious out of exhaustion. But either way, it doesn't seem to be good news, and especially with like all the red color. This is the signature color of the Scarlet Letters, the organization that like Zanko was is a part of. Which means in this arc, there's gonna be like a lot of like scenes with them. Like I don't want to say scene because like obviously the story is about the character, but I'm assuming in this part of the story they're gonna cause some sort of like chaotic moment or like I guess like the best way to kind of like illustrate it would be kind of like how in Genshin and when the Fatui like in the earlier part in the story where the Fatui would win and like even though we win and we solve the current crisis, the organization has like managed to kind of like achieve their goals. Kind of like this kind of like what happened in the previous chapter of this game actually, where like oh we managed to beat the guardian or like solve the riddles or like the case that was given to us, right, about like about the helm of Theseus, for example, or like the what was it again, that eye that tears that grants you immortality. But basically those two, right, we were able to solve the current issue, the present issue, but we weren't able to stop Scarlet Letter from taking them. So I'm assuming this might actually be kind of like in the similar node based on like the color scheme that they use, because um, otherwise if it had been like a more kind of like cheery slash like heroic moment where we kind of saved the day and like banished them for good, like I think they would have chosen a different color and a different kind of like art. The fact that like the color here seems kind of like sinister and like in line with like the schema the color team of the Scarlet Letter, and the fact that we've seen some of the character here, for example, like the character from our side, right? One of them is kind of like trying to reach out to something. The other one was unconscious, and the other one seems to be holding their blade pointing their blade at someone or something, and the other one is a villain, I think it kind of makes sense to assume that like the villain is about to take some, like we're about to have some like head-on battle with them, and some things are bound to happen, and some consequences are about to be revealed. I think that's my take on it. But yeah, I think we should actually get into the program now. All right, here we go.
Normal is an anomaly. Welcome, appraisers, to the special preview for NTE version 1.3, Rising from the Moonlit Fog.
Rising from the Moonlit Fog. I'm assuming this is going to be referring to the new to the area that was teased in the chapter's title, because the chapter titles was like the fog den or something. So I'm assuming this is kind of referring to to that area specifically.
I'm your host, Light. As always, I'm joined by game designer Baggy to walk you through everything coming in the new version.
Hey appraisers, Baggy here from the NTE design team.
Now, I'm sure you all remember 1000 Less One Nights. Back in version 1.2, we skipped ahead to a story set a little further along the timeline, teaming up with our 3 friends from CSU2 for an otherworld adventure inside an anomaly tabletop game. This time, version 1.3 rewinds the clock to just after the appraiser escaped the corridor of echoes.
Yep, see?
On the surface, things have been quiet for Avon, the Bureau, and the Scarlet Letter, but that's just the calm before the storm.
Through their operations so far, the Scarlet Letter has already seized anomalies tied to the past, present, and future. So what exactly are they after? Could it be connected to the game the creator of the Corridor of Echoes mentioned? And was Avon getting dragged into all this just a coincidence, or part of the plan? But whatever Madam T is scheming, the Bureau, Hotori, and the Appraiser won't let her get away with it. For Nonali, and for all the Dreamwalkers, it's time to settle the score with the Scarlet Letter once and for all.
Pull through this one, and Avon can finally get back to its lively old self.
It's a big claim right there.
That said,
to be fair, we already seen the future, right? In some ways, by doing what they did before, switching up the patch in order to give themselves more time with the version 1.3 here, this chapter of the story, it kind of sets it kind of set kind of like a somewhat bad precedence, because despite all the conclusion that I took from like the art earlier, right? We already knew that we're gonna survive the story, and for example, Natalie would already be awake and like safe and sound. So at least we knew some of the outcome of the story already. So in a way, it kind of takes away from the thrill of playing this main quest. Obviously, I could be wrong. Maybe like Natalie waking up is only part of the consequences of finishing this story later on. But for now, at least, the impression that I'm getting is that that is not the case. The impression that I'm getting is that this story is already we already have the happy ending in some ways. But yeah, let's move on.
I do have a quick heads up for everyone. You'll still need to finish the main story episode, Fighting with the Dragon, before you can start the new story in the Fog Den.
That's right, so make sure you're all caught up. Now, before we dive into the new
That's a really nice thing. Even though like the story is kind of like a skip ahead for like the fighting with a dragon. I'm surprised they made it as a requirement for people to actually go back into Fog Den. So I'm assuming they're gonna try to do something, maybe like a little cutscene or something, in order to kind of tie all of this main story quest back into the previous chapter, like of our fight with the Scarlet Letter. And also, hi, Tech and Quick. Welcome. Welcome.
Content. Let's take a first look at the main story update trailer.
We found traces of the Night Mothling.
Good job. Keep tracking. Support will arrive soon.
I have turned in the rules for this game. Everyone, it's time to play.
What in the Hethro is this?
I'm in the last room at the end of the right corridor. The entrance is disappearing.
A game is being held here. You must win this game.
Wait. We need something. We need to
We
kind of
found
like...
traces.
We found traces of the Night Mothling. Who the fuck is the Night Mothling?
The Night Mothling.
Good job.
Okay, we got a new character here, first of all. Two new... Well, one of them is we already met, but the other one we haven't met yet. So this is a show... This is in a way kind of like a teaser for another new character.
Keep tracking.
And we also got Chaos here.
Support will arrive soon.
And we got Inanna with the... Well, oh, it's actually literally Scarlet Letter.
I have turned in the rules for this game. Everyone, it's time to play.
What in the Hethro is this?
I'm in the last room at the end of the right corridor. The entrance is disappearing.
A game is being held here.
Daffodil. Ooh. Wait, that is actually really cool. I hope we get to fight whatever that thing is. Because like this area, even like despite the colorful nature of it, the vibe that this area gave me kind of gave me like Dark Soul vibes. Or like even Bloodborne, because I think Bloodborne is the one where like the scene with the big moon and then there's a monster on it.
Here. You must win this game.
And then we got our appraiser, our character.
Senpai!
Oh shit. Okay. Alright, we got a cool boss design here, which like design wise is really cool, but I don't know how cool the fight would be. I feel like the fight would be like your typical... Ooh, wait, that's a cutscene.
The final feast is prepared. Let all who are called take up blade against blade, that they may contend
Oh, we see it here, the freaking statue earlier.
for the last seat. No matter what rules I turn in, the fog coffin allows only one victor.
Oh, we actually get to fight it? Oh man, we actually get to fight it. This is actually kind of epic. I do hope the fight does not turn into like one of those like one-time event thingy though, because like the fight with like for the Helm of Theseus was really cool, but you can only fight them in the story. At least from what I know, you can only fight them in the story during the main story, right? You don't get to fight them again, which I think is a big it's a big opportunity miss right there.
The victor may choose one thing in the fog den as a reward.
Oh shit, that is actually like a really cool like visual effects.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure I just spotted a bunch of new locations in there, plus
Okay.
plenty of familiar faces.
Okay.
Baggy, care to spill a few details for everyone?
Sure. Those
Also, if you notice, the area of the scene where they are doing the interview right now, the discussion, is changed, I think.
places you just
I
saw
believe this is going to
are
be part of the fog den, because I can see the fog back there.
where the appraiser will be playing the Fogden game, and where we'll face Madam T of the Scarlet Letter in the final showdown. As for the story in between, let's set that aside for now. So tell me, which familiar faces did you catch?
The Aben crew, first and foremost. Besides the appraiser, there's Daffodil, who took off without so much as a goodbye, and it looks like even Hotri and Adler have made their way into the fog den. Which means we'll get to see them in act.
Oh, we got so we already, this is only 1.3 and we already have like one of those like heroes unite moment, like Avengers assemble moment. Which is interesting in some ways, because usually when that happens, it usually means this is the main crew of the current patch. Like the main cast of the current patch, that means. And That means like the rest of the story after that is usually like filler, right? It really depends because on some games on depending on like the cycle of their patch, because for example Wuthering Wave is trying to do a different arc every 6 months, and so like after 6 months, which is like around 4 patches, we would get like a whole different like new cast in some ways, albeit like honestly like a bit smaller, I believe. Let me remember real quick. Uh, yeah, I think like the cast in the newer area usually it's smaller in some ways from Wuthering Wave. I might be wrong. Like for example, like in Narcita, we got Augusta, Lupa. I forgot who the other ones are. I forgot. I cannot remember it right now. My brain is not working right now. But it's gonna be a different arc and different arc. Well, actually, no. I don't think it's gonna be that small because if it's like if it's like 6 months, that means it's like 4 patch. That means you probably need like around 6 to 8 characters depending on like how you want to run it. Well, actually, for NTE so far, they've been running only 1 character per patch, so maybe they're only gonna be doing like 4 new characters, which I'm assuming like some of them are going to be the characters that are already showcased in this story right here. Because for example, we already got Sango and the girl with the headset earlier, which I forgot her name is, because she did tell us her name, but I forgot. And then we already got the girl with the blue hair with the purple hair earlier too. So I'm assuming that character is also gonna be coming on like in the next patch, most likely. Which kind of leaves us with like in a way with like around 3 characters or so. But we shall see. Maybe they'll pull like a Wuthering Wave, like what they did in Wuthering Wave when they decided to do like a whole different version when the new year comes in. Due to like their rough launches, they're trying to like kind of like fast forward all the content that they have for the first version in order to get to the second area. Which it might be possible given the timeline right now, but will have to see.
Action during the big showdown, right? And I spotted Time, the creator of the Corridor of Echoes, making an appearance as well.
Maybe she can be playable. Actually, it kind of makes sense. Well, no. Actually, it'll be really hard because she's not an Esper. I'm pretty sure I remember her being described as an anomaly, a human form, a human-looking anomaly, basically. Because like she's a character that exists outside of time in some ways, right? Because like back then she was guarding the helm of Theseus.
You did. Before the storm hit, the Bureau had been working quietly and managed to pin down the location of the Scarlet Letter's den.
Or maybe we get her as the boss as a character. That would also kind of like make sense. Oh, here we go. Dimension Visitor. That means like she's from a different dimension. Actually, that means like she can probably be considered as like like an Esper as well, maybe. So there's a possibility that we can have her and the dimension Visitor and that other girl from like the band. Oh, I forgot her name. Oh, my NTE knowledge is so blurry right now because I've been trying to catch up with DCZ instead, but I know 3 of them are at least there. So technically they could be candidates for like the next 3 new characters, maybe. Or maybe they'll just introduce new ones, who knows.
And Time herself provided the director with quite a few valuable leads. In the new story, Hotori, who's kept her cards close all this time, finally steps into the fray herself and goes head-to-head with Madame T. Get ready for her time in the spotlight.
Wait.
Wow.
You're telling me our famously laid-back shopkeeper is finally getting serious? Now that I've got to see.
Over on the Bureau's side, members of ETD6 are also joining the operation. We'll have Chaos, Linko, and Nitsa.
Linko. Okay, this girl is Linko, and Nitsa is the blue hair.
We already met Chaos and Linko back in A Research in Scarlet, when we cracked the Debt Collector case. But this will be Nitsa's first proper appearance in the story, right?
It sure is. In the new story.
Nitsa like appearance, low-key for me, kind of reminds me of blue hair and like somewhat like white / kind of like blue team like outfit.
All 3 of them will be joining the fight against the Scarlet Letter. Linko's Esper ability lets her pick up the mysterious frequencies everything around her gives off. She's always catching connections no one else notices. Team intuition through and through. Nitsa, on the other hand, comes equipped with twin tails as handy as
Yeah, see, in some ways, she's kind of like that, except like she apparently has tentacles. And like the fire that lays on her head there, like by her hair, it kind of feels like one of those like kind of like spirit fire or something like that, spirit flame. And judging by the outfit, so she kind of it kind of feels like looking at kind of like a ghost or like a yokai. I think that's how Japanese people call it.
Imaginado, and a sharp analytical mind. She's your dependable team logic type.
Intuition meets logic? Interesting. Can't wait to see the two of them fighting side by side in the story.
As the story unfolds, you'll get to know them a lot better. And on the other side, the key members of the Scarlet Letter, along with their leader, have already taken their places across the stage, waiting for the appraiser to step up and challenge them.
We finally get to close the book on the Scarlet Letter for good. I can't wait. Baggy, can you share a bit more intel? Like this new location, the Fog Den. What kind of place is it exactly?
Simply put, the Fog Den is the Scarlet
Wait, I already see some of like the parts here. That kind of already looks sick.
Letter's hunting ground. Set foot inside, and you play by the rules of the game.
As soon as the way they're describing it, it seems it's gonna be like one of those map that you have to go through a portal. So it's a map that is not part of the open world. It's probably gonna be an open world on its own right? But I don't think it's gonna be connected to the main overworld, I believe.
Who you'll meet, what you'll see, and how you'll make it out, it's all one.
Wait a minute. I think looking back at like the patterns here, right? Like
Fog
the
Den is
rocks and stuff like that, and now in like this kind of like big kind of like cliff thing here, like rocks formation, it kind of reminds me of Expedition 33 actually.
Game. Who you'll meet, what you'll see, and how you'll make
Especially this area. It reminds me of straight up like Expedition 33.
it out, it's all one big unknown. As for what actually goes down in there, we'll leave that for the appraisers to experience for.
I wonder if the world is gonna be. Ooh, I like this area. This area kind of gives me one of those like near vibes, where like the an abandoned city and then run down where like the tree starts to grow and everything like that, and like it start like breaking into like the buildings too, like abandoned like post-apocalyptic like vibe.
Firsthand. What I can tell you now is that the Fog Den will throw wave after wave of enemies at us.
Well, if this whole place
And
really...
this area, it could be a visual feast depending on how they do it. Because like I would assume that like the skybox is definitely kind of like a GIF, right? It's not. There's no way it's gonna be like a live effects. But still, depending on like how they handle it, like the lightings and everything like that, this place might actually be like a real like good looking location.
is one big game, it sounds like there's no shortage of levels to clear. But
And also the way they're designing the map so far here, like based on like the screenshot and like the kind of like preview they're giving us, it kind of feels like the map from the Fighting a Dragon. So like it feels like one of those maps that is like kind of like has stages on it. So I don't know. I really hope it's like a fully open, like explorable area instead of like separated into like these like small portals that you have to walk through.
let's stop here before we get deep into spoiler territory. So, appraisers, take a quick breather and jot down today's first redeem code. After a short break, we'll be right back with even more intel on the new version.
Fucked in game. Okay, let me put it codes for you guys. Fucked in game. And another thing that like kind of stands out is that like this game seems to have to draw quite a bit of like inspiration from Expedition 33. This is like the second time we've already seen it, like that kind of detail already. First would be like in the Fighting a Dragon patch, where exploring the map requires you walking around kind of like old style RPG, which also what Expedition 33 does. And now we got like somewhat similar kind of like rock formation slash vibe slash kind of like location environment design in some ways. I'm not saying it's a one-to-one copy, but like they're definitely taken some inspiration from that game, which honestly, like with how goated like Expedition 33 is, like games taking inspiration from it is an absolute cinema for me.
Welcome back. Let's get right back into it. First up, the new character arriving in version 1.3, Zanko. If you've been following the main story, you already know her.
This seems like a gacha animation. Yep. Like, judging by the sound effect that we just heard, I think this is going to be like the gacha animation. Also, holy dice.
But she looks a little different from how she appears in the story.
Right. This is Zanko's brand new look.
Brand new look?
But just so you know, Zanko's specialty is borrowing other people's faces to deceive her opponents. During a research in Scarlet, she used her Esper ability to spin an illusion.
See? She can change she can change herself like form into like anything that like kind of like other people wants to see, basically. Like, so like she kind of like deceive their opponent using illusion, right? That means like she can technically be any kind of waifu, guys. Think about it. Think of the potential of such power. You get her as a waifu, and you get every waifu in the game already, because she can technically become anyone.
Posed as Renee's older sister, won her trust, and made off with the eternal present.
Okay, that's terrifying. So the only place we'll see her original look is in the story? Kind of a shame.
Don't worry, her look from the story comes for free. Get Zanko from her limited board,
And
you'll also unlock Red Nightshade, the outfit she wore during the main story.
Oh, nice. But something's still bugging me. Zanko caused us a lot of grief during the Scarlet Letter incident. Is the new story setting up some kind of twist?
Well, Zanko may serve Anana, the leader of the Scarlet Letter, but she's nobody's puppet. She lives by her own code, and when loyalty and principle collide, she's capable of things no one sees coming.
Oh.
And after
man, that in a way that kind of spoils it, because basically that means like she's about to do some villain turns friends type shit. It'll be kind of like I guess like this kind of twist would be kind of similar to like what Arlecchino did probably.
For the Scarlet Letter incident, she paid the price for what she did during her time with them. As for where Zanko ends up, that's for the appraisers to find out.
We've definitely seen her dangerous, complicated side. It makes
But
you wonder
hey, hear me out. Maybe we can fix her. Maybe, just maybe.
how she got that way.
Well, actually, we've put together a short film that looks at her past from a whole different angle.
Crimes are always kept under wraps. Those living under the sun tend to be oblivious.
Hey, that eye is mine. I bought the subject with my money. You don't get a say.
Without my compound, she'd never have become the vessel.
You want to talk? Silence.
Oh shit.
Why is she?
Dang, she killed everyone. She killed everyone, bro. Oh, that's a nice way to kind of like cover, like, because I do know in China, like, it, like, showing blood is definitely like a really hard thing to do unless you're like an adult, like strictly speaking, like adult or like mature targeted content, right? So they're using flowers here, which kind of also fits the theme of the Scarlet Letter, where like I'm pretty sure Lady Inanna names her quote unquote daughters after flowers, which is why we have daffodil. Or at least they represent a flower. Oh shit, they show her as like someone that looks way older here. Like Inanna's in the anime version looks way older compared like to the Inanna in the in game. Which I think is kind of like a shame, because that means like the model that Inanna used is kind of somewhat generic.
Relax. All of them are my rivals. So you did me a big favor. Let me take a look at you. Oh, poor Petal. From now on, the Scarlet Ladder is your new home. You may call me Mother.
I once thought that souls and their bodies share the same color.
Mother.
Oh, that's Daffodil.
Daffodil, come meet your new sister.
But not all souls are murky or stained.
Welcome, sister. Such a pretty color.
From now on, you're partners.
Oh, it seems like she can see the soul, so she can kind of see deep into someone's soul. Does that mean that she can see some technically how our soul looks? Because like earlier when she was seeing everyone, it was like this like dark red color, right? That means like, you know, I'm assuming that means evil, especially with the way they're doing the color team so far. And I'm assuming like when she look at Daffodil, when it's kind of like blue, light bluish color, it would kind of like represent like a kinder side of like the world.
Don't disappoint me.
Oh shit, that's actually color, actual blood.
You two monsters.
So you can see people's souls.
Yes, sister.
The people we get rid of. How are their souls?
Sunken and murky red. As ugly as their faces.
And mothers?
Sis?
And mine? What color do you see in my soul?
Damn. The fact that her eyes. Is it changing?
Zenko. I've never seen you so distracted before.
I just thought about something in the past.
Damn. Daffodil is actually really pretty, but she got the curse of the standard character, guys. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if they're gonna release more skins for like the standard character. Like, I wish they do, because like I feel like skin could be like such a good avenue of like revenue. Maybe, I don't know. From what I've heard that like apparently people who play gacha game really hates buying skins. They prefer buying new characters, which I hope is really not the case, because I feel like some characters deserve more skins. Especially, you know, skins can be like a you know, it doesn't necessarily be a main source of income in the gacha game, but it can absolutely be kind of like a way to subsidize like some of the costs, right? If you think about it. Especially because skins are usually available all the time, so that means like it would be able to bring you revenue in the long term. It's absolutely going to be much worse in the short term, because there's no sense of FOMO. A skin can be bought at any time, usually a lot of them at least, but it can also bring you a better source of income in the long term, which, you know, arguably I think is worth a shot, considering how like friendly like the gacha in this game. I feel like kind of like expanding their repertoire of like monetization, and to try to make sure that they can keep the gacha friendliness, the player friendliness of the gacha system, I think is a much better kind of like solution compared to like eventually, you know, oh, we have to do 50-50 now because we're not making enough money and shit like that, which I really hope never happens. I think more games should get rid of like 50-50, or at least do what ZZZ did, where like you can start in. I think ZZZ starting now with the 3.1, you can replace some of the standard character with a limited character banner, which I guess in a way kind of makes the experience improved, because now you are able to get some of the older characters that you use that you cannot get anymore because they don't do reruns anymore. But yeah.
I liked it more when you were kids.
I'll take my leave if there's nothing else.
What a mesmerizing color. I can never get enough of it.
So that's what Zonko has been through, huh?
Oh,
In
damn.
the short,
Are they teasing Yuri there for a moment there?
everyone she looks at has a
Is this like one of those like Doom Yuri that I've heard so much about?
flame above their head. Does that tie into her Esper ability?
That's right. Zonko's Esper ability, the Eye of Delusion, lets her see the flame of a person's soul. She was born with an eye condition that let
Oh, the the flame, the fire of.
That's right. Zonko's Esper ability, the Eye of Delusion, lets her see the
Flame of a person's soul. That means like how big they are, kinda. I wonder if that means like that the reason Daffodil has such a fire is because like she has such like a burning passion, or like she has such a like a big motivation for something, which I think it wouldn't make sense, because wouldn't that mean like the fire that like Inanna has is like, that means she doesn't have much passion for like what she's doing. She's doing all this evil stuff for the heck of it. That would be so weird. We probably have to see it more.
the flame of a person's soul. She was born with an eye condition that left her seeing the world in black and white.
Okay, so the way they're doing the story is kind of like she's basically Sanhua from Wuthering Wave.
Only when her Esper ability awakened did she gain the ability to see red. It's the one color she can see, and the one she loves. And most people's souls burn in shades of red. Zonko's favorite pastime is watching her opponents flame in battle. Fear, anger, despair, whatever her opponent feels, she reads it in the way their flame trembles and gutters, and it delights her.
Oh, that makes sense now. She is obsessed with Daffodil, because Daffodil is the only one with a different fire color. And you know, I think there's like always like this kind of like stigma, or like stigma is such a bad word, but there's always like this like quotation, right, about how like how mesmerized the people who are colorblind if they were able to like see the colors in the world, right? And the same thing would probably go with like people who used to be blind. If they're able to see, like they would be in tears, and they will be like so obsessed in like seeing a lot of new things, right? To experience all this like new things that they weren't able to see before, right? And I think it's the same goes for like Zanko in some ways, is that like all this time she wasn't able to see any colors, because like she can only see black and white. And then the first time she awakens her power, she was able to see red. So now red becomes her favorite color until Daffodil came in. And Daffodil is the only person with a blue color, right? Which means this is like her new obsession. And I'm wondering if like she eventually will switch her obsession to us, like the appraiser as well, or like at least share the obsession to us, because we probably have like, as a, you know, obviously as the main character of the story, we probably have a different color in our soul. Either that, or we have two colors, because like zero so far is still doesn't we still don't know a lot about Zero as a character. So I'm wondering if that's gonna how they're gonna justify Zanko's like obsession on like the main character moving forward.
Nothing ever gets past her. What a terrifying power. Can you explain more of her combat mechanics?
Of course. Zonko's Esper attribute is Incantation, and she plays as a main DPS. Her Esper ability, the Eye of Delusion, dwells within her right eye. It can sense and
which the eye that was covered in flowers before, by the way.
Tamper with emotions, erode a person's will, conjure illusions, and even weave entire illusory realms. In battle, she runs two
This is Sanhua if she's a 5-star. Sanhua but 5-star, guys.
Independent kits.
And the flower in the design, it kind of reminds me of Camellia a bit. Except that she's using a broadsword.
Reality and illusion. Let's break them down. While in the reality state, use basic attack Wildfire, and Zanko swings her
Wait, shit, she's actually fucking Camellia.
First blade for up to 5 consecutive attacks, dealing incantation damage. Hold basic attack to unleash basic attack Flickering Shadow. And while in reality, Zanko passively carries the Hunt buff, which boosts the damage she deals. After a critical dodge, press basic attack to trigger a...
My wallet is in danger, oh my god. Oh. What?
Dodge counter, dealing 1 instance of incantation damage. Now for the key mechanic. While in reality, her redirect skill, Sanguine Dash, instantly switches Zanko into the illusion state.
Oh, I like that. When she's in an illusion state, you can kind of see that the enemies, I think, has like some sort of like effects here. I'm wondering if that's like the effect of the illusion state, or if it's the effect of her hard wrench DOT effect right here.
Use it right after the 4th or 5th hit of her basic attack, after a held basic attack, or after a dodge counter to apply a heart wrench dot effect to the target on hit. And you'll also trigger the disarray effect, dealing heavy break damage to targets over a wide area. While in the illusion state, use basic attack Nightmare Waltz, and Zanko commands her Cursed Blade and Ribbons to perform up to 4 consecutive attacks, applying 1 stack of Heart Wrench to the target on hit. Better yet,
I like that. I like that effects. And you can kind of see that the animation, although it's like mostly the same, they have some variation when she switches to the different mode.
Every hit of Nightmare Waltz spreads the damage over time effects on the target to other targets within range. Hold basic attack to unleash basic attack Moonfall.
Wait. I want to see again.
Within
I want to see again when she does the... See, that's the 2 version right there. So she got the reality and the illusion version on the right, and then the reality version on the left.
Hold basic attack to unleash basic attack Moonfall.
Oh, you can tell from her feet.
While in illusion,
if you can see her feet on the illusion mode, her feet has like this different color.
Zanko
and you can kind of tell there's like some sort of like subtle like purple glow on her body, her entire character.
Passively carries the Delusion buff, which increases the crit damage of all damage over time effects on the target. And the illusion state only lasts so long. When the timer runs out, she automatically returns to reality. All of Zanko's attacks while in illusion are treated as follow-up attacks. While in illusion, her redirect skill, Soul Cross, switches her back to reality.
In a way, I think they're definitely taking some system from like Wuthering Wave, not gonna lie, with like calling this like the follow-up attack and stuff like that. Wuthering Wave and okay, so like Honkai Star Rail, where like every attack has like their own name. And they're trying to do like this like multiple like different types of like attacks, right? Basic attack, heavy attack, break attack, and then like there's follow-up attack too.
Instantly. Use Soul Cross just as the illusion timer runs low, and the skill icon lights up, and you'll trigger the Oblivion effect, dealing massive damage to targets across a wide area, plus activating her ultimate, Blood Feast Reverie. Once her ultimate gauge is full, press to unleash her ultimate, Inferno Flamenco. If Blood Feast Reverie is active, she leads with Blood Feast Reverie instead.
That's straight up fucking Camellia, what the fuck?
Applying multiple stacks of Heart Wrench. Then press her ultimate again within a set window to unleash an empowered version of Inferno Flamenco.
She went from Camellia to Cartatia. I do love that fucking like map on the ground though. That fucking like tearing into reality shit. Oh, that is so good. I like this one because this is, I feel like it's a different spin to like Cartatia. Because like the unique part of like Cartatia animation is that like her ultimate is so far, you can kind of see it like if you teleport to the other side of the map, you can still see like the cut that like Cartatia made when she used her ultimate. And like for her, instead of like range, she has this kind of like cutting into reality, cutting into like a different dimension kind of effect. Honestly, like it's such a like a visual feast.
Without costing ultimate.
Oh, that that disappears way too fast, not gonna lie. I kind of wish that I kind of wish they kind of do this animation where like the ground kind of like rebuilds itself when her animation ends, and like they kind of do it a bit slower so you can see the effects a bit longer.
Energy. But if you let the window expire, the opportunity to recast is lost. And one more thing, if you end Illusion with redirect skill Soul Cross, the delusion buff on Zonko lingers for a while before it fades. That means for a short window, Zonko holds both Hunt's damage boost and Delusion's damage over time crit damage boost at the same time.
Running 2 buffs at once? That's downright scary.
It is. And her team play is just as impressive. Pair Zonko with characters of adjacent cycle attributes, and trigger her support skill to deal incantation damage. Her cycle effect makes Scorch stackable, so whenever anyone on the team applies a damage over time effect to a target under Scorch, each stack of damage over time applied lets Zonko add 1 Scorch stack of her own. And the existing Scorch effect's damage, attribute, and duration all refresh to match the newest stack. But Scorch applied this way won't trigger the effect again.
She sounds like a monster in combat. Anything to keep in mind when building her?
Zonko's skill...
Oh no, we have to fight the fucking bird.
Upgrade material is Eternal Memory, acquired from the Anomaly Pilgrimage Debt Collector. And her level ascension material is Nest Guard Fragment, from the Anomaly Hunt Call of the Lost. If she's on your list, now's the time to start stockpiling. Now then, let's watch some live gameplay and see her terrifying battlefield dominance for ourselves.
Oh no, well I have to A6 this character as well. This is, oh man, my wallet is fucking cooked. I guess like for now, the only banner I can kind of skip would be like ZZZ, but ZZZ also releasing a new role. I think Armorer was it? So if I skip it, will it affect my ability to kind of finish the end game? I think for now the priority is absolutely like Wuthering Wave and NTE, which is really concerning for my wallet. Her dodge is exactly how Camellia dodges attacks, where she would swing like fucking Spider-Man. And then she would dash in again for the attack. Oh, since she kind of boosts the OT attack, that means she's gonna work really well with Lacrimosa then. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, she's gonna use the ultimate on her. Yep, I fucking knew it. Up, 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 up. Nice.
All that flipping between reality and illusion. It's dazzling. Right. Zonko has a special trait in the open world too, doesn't she?
Oh, this kind of reminds me of like what Augusta and Yuno does to like the map when they use the ultimate. That's so cool. I like it.
She does. In the open world, she can turn invisible. And while invisible, enemies can't spot her.
Doesn't that make slipping away from the law a little too easy?
Well, let's try to be model citizens in Heathero, shall we?
We've covered combat and the open world. Time to talk interactions?
Mm-hmm. But our interactions with Zonko will be
Something about samurai girls. Something about samurai woman, bro.
A little unusual.
Mm.
With the Scarlet Letter incident settled, she's lost her freedom. But as we said, her
Wait. That's kind of spoiler. She lost her freedom? Does that mean she's gonna be in a fucking coma? Okay. Here's my theory on it. We saw Hotori earlier fell into like an unconscious state, right? In the art arts in the PNG art for the patch, right? And then we saw Zanko, and then apparently Zanko is gonna lose her freedom, right? I'm assuming what's gonna happen is that like Zanko is gonna sacrifice herself to save Hotori, and then we're gonna get Hotori back because Hotori is part of the main cast of Abon, which means like she's more quote unquote important for the main story. And in exchange, Zanko is gonna fall unconscious, but since she can project herself to the outside world and conjure illusion. Basically, she's kind of like spirit pet, basically, bro. She's gonna be a spirit pet. What the fuck? And that's so fucked up. Does that mean that we cannot have like any of like physical interaction with her? Because like for the other characters, right, we can kind of like hold their hand, we can like play games with them, post together, take photos and stuff like that. Does that mean like if we have her, we cannot do that because she's technically an illusion?
Esper ability can reach into people's minds and conjure illusions, and the Appraiser, having crossed blades with her so many times, has come under that influence. As a result, Zanko's phantom can now appear at the Appraiser's side at any given moment.
We got a Yandere spirit pet, bro.
The phantom comes and goes without warning, always watching the Appraiser.
Wait. If it's not a spirit pet, it can kind of be like Warframe. Oh, how can I forget Warframe? The fucking man in the wall. That guy can show up at any fucking time when you're in the fucking in the freaking ship. Spawns randomly and goes like, "Hey kiddo." Oh man. That is actually a really cool interaction, but I don't know how I feel if that's the kind of interaction I get from like pulling her out on a gacha. Like if that's the kind of interaction I get even without having her, then that's a different thing. But like if I get her and that's the only thing I can do with her, that sounds like a downgrade compared to the rest of the cast, not gonna lie.
Deeply curious about the secrets they carry.
What's going on with that? Is it some kind of clone?
Not quite. For one, only the Appraiser can see her, and the way she speaks and acts seems a little different from the real Zanko. Also, since the real Zanko isn't in Heathero proper, her encounters in city hangouts won't be available in version 1.3.
I fucking knew it. You cannot actually interact with her. That means, oh wait, but the way they word this, right? Her encounter and city hangouts won't be available in version 1.3. That means in the next 1 or 2 version, we will get her back. I think what's gonna happen now is that like judging from all these clues that they've given us, right? That means like at some point in the main story, our mission will become saving her, and then that's how we're gonna get her back to like the good / anti-hero side. You know, instead of like being a full blown villain, she's gonna be like somewhat in this more like gray area. Or maybe even outright join the light side. Maybe she even gonna live with us in Abon, because like in Abon, if you guys see right, they actually have like a lot of empty rooms like on the dorm. So it's possible that like basically like a lot of like the character in the future is gonna live in there eventually at some point, or at least they're gonna try to fill it out. Maybe, who knows?
3. Once the real Zanko is within reach again someday.
Once real, in a way, this kind of feels like Xenia as well, because Xenia disappears, and like the way they tell the story, it kind of feels like eventually we will meet again, right? That's the whole point of the teasing in the story.
That's when a new chapter with her can begin.
What about her other interactions? Are those still happening?
They are. You can't run into Zanko herself in version 1.3, but appraisers can still increase her obsession by sending gifts.
That is
specific.
They call it obsession, guys. We got a yan. We got a yandere yokai following us, bro.
Obsession levels and interaction.
I love it that they call it fucking obsession. That is such a neat level of detail. Because like earlier, I said earlier that like I think like Appraiser is gonna have a different color compared to everyone else as well, and that's why she's gonna be obsessed with both Daffodil and our character, right? And they actually outright acknowledge it, and they call it, instead of affection, I think for the bond, they call it obsession.
Actions like Ride Along, Little Sparrow, and Move In unlock as usual. Let's take a look. Zonko also comes with one extra special interaction, Battle. At the required obsession level, appraisers can challenge Zonko's Phantom to a duel. Learn each other's moves now, and when you finally face the real Zonko, the sparks might fly even hotter. Beyond special interactions, Zonko also has a big wardrobe. Changing her look is her specialty after all.
Oh. Hey yo. Hey yo. How is she not available to be I want she's not we can't hold her hand, guys. She looked this hot. This is unfair. Oh, she's absolutely gorgeous in here too. And like notice like how almost all of like her art always have some sort of like rope on it. Well, time to do more overtime, I guess. Oh, this is the free outfit. This is her pajama.
For everything else Zonko, you'll need to dig in yourself once version 1.3 goes live. Up next is a full member of the Bureau's elite ETD6, Linko.
Oh, the song is so like really like kind of like childish in some ways. Funky, like funny and childish.
As it happens, the appraiser has already crossed paths with her too.
True.
During a research in Scarlet, Director Alfred sent her to Avon to deliver Hotari's payment for a related mission. In the story so far, Linko's mind leaps from one thing to the next, and she never quite says or does what you'd expect. Yet somehow, even half in a daze, she always finds the right path, getting to the heart of things without a word being said. On field missions to capture anomaly-related criminals, she usually handles tracking targets and hunting down leads. And of course, she can more than hold her own in a fight. Linko's combat strength comes from the anomaly partner at her side, Xiaojian. Linko likes to tell people Xiaojian is her pet, which never fails to ruffle her feathers, and Xiaojian returns the favor with merciless snark. But at the end of the day, they're partners who trust each other completely. The two of them have great moments in version 1.3 story.
Judging by the music and the way they kind of describe them and the way of the character design, they're gonna be the fucking comedy duo, bro. They're gonna be the fucking comedy duo. Like, trust me on this. There's gonna be like a lot of like funny. There's gonna be like a lot of like funny cringe and pun, and like, and straight up like awkward moments with them as the main, like the center plot point.
You don't want to miss it.
Linko's Esper attribute is Anima. Her
more anime. I already have like 3 of them: Coco, Juyan, and freaking Yoroi. She has to be like quite meta in order for me like to pull for her. Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe the story will pull me in. Because obviously between Linko and Zonko is probably going to be the more popular one. Like, at least that's my perspective of it. But maybe I'm a bit biased.
Her Esper ability, telepathy, picks up the frequencies of people.
Actually, no. I think Zonko is definitely going to be more popular because Zonko is an incantation character, which we don't have a lot so far. We only have like Baichang and Alder. So I think because of the meta and the fact that like she seems to be getting more of like a budget in terms of like design and like kind of like promotion, I'm assuming she's gonna be like the better selling character compared to Linko, which I think is kind of sad because they kind of set up. Well, to be fair, like they're setting up like for any character in the game to fail, like when they're running with the one of the main casts of the story. But at the same time, because of the way their gacha system is designed, it's possible that a lot of people are still gonna pull for both characters with like how quote unquote easy it is to get the characters compared to like other games where you have to kind of like prey on the 50-50 and stuff like that.
People, anomalies, even objects. She can also tune her own frequency to someone else's band to sync with them. While synced, she gains a hazy sense of the other side's presence and condition. And at full sync, they can even share strength and control of each other's bodies. For now, though, she can only hold a full sync for a short while.
Syncing up with the frequency of everything? Now that's an interesting power. Does it get any special use in day-to-day city life?
It sure does. Once Linko syncs with Xiaojun, she can use Xiaojun's ghost arms to slingshot herself across the city.
Oh, so that's how she gets around? Talk about practical powers. And what makes Linko special in combat? Walk us through it, Baggy.
Linko's combat role is AoE Quick Swap. In battle, she can call on Xiaojun or a teammate to launch a synced strike. A synced strike is a special kind of support skill. Its damage counts as follow-up attack damage, and its attribute matches whoever launches it. So, if Xiaojun launches a synced strike, the damage is anima. When you use basic attack Poltergeist CQC, Linko chains up to 5 consecutive attacks, dealing anima damage. Each hit builds her modulation gauge. Modulation is spent when you use redirect skill Full Frequency Pulse to empower the synced strike it triggered. And Linko doesn't just sit idly by. Every so often, she sends out Xiaojun to ambush the target, attacking them and applying a hit 'em here mark. When the on-field character hits the marked target with a redirect skill, the mark is consumed and Linko is called in for a synced strike on the target, building modulation and cycle energy. Only one hit 'em here mark can be active at a time, and each mark lasts a set duration. If Linko consumes the mark herself, she triggers a synced strike with Xiaojun instead, again building modulation and cycle energy. Hold down basic attack, and Linko slingshots herself forward with those ghost arms, unleashing basic attack Poltergeist Rocket Punch and dealing damage to enemies on impact. After a critical dodge, press basic attack and Linko fires off a dodge counter, dealing 1 instance of anima damage and building modulation. Use redirect skill Full Frequency Pulse, and Linko channels her Esper power to bombard the target with ghost energy, dealing anima damage. Then she syncs on the spot, calling in Xiaojun or a teammate for a synced strike. A radial menu appears so you can
I wonder how this is gonna work if you're playing with people. Because like these kind of like feature usually requires you to stop time. And I think like it's and it kind of reminds me. It reminds me. I believe I've seen this is how they do pyro is like from ZZZ. I think when they do the ultimate, like they kind of give you like the options, so like pick what kind of like effect you want the ultimate to be.
Choose who launches the attack. Pick a teammate or Xiaojun, and they'll unleash their own synced strike, dealing damage of their attribute. That synced strike spends the modulation you've built up, granting a damage boost tied to how much was spent. The sync happens in an instant, so time briefly stops while you pick your attacker and let the synced strike fly. And one more detail. When a synced strike is triggered through Full Frequency Pulse, any open teammate slots on the radial menu are filled by Xiaojun. And the more Xiaojuns are on the menu, the harder her synced strike hits. Unleash her ultimate, Oversync, and Linko pushes her Esper powers into overdrive, opening a resonance field that lasts a set duration and syncing with up to 3 teammates at once. Use her redirect skill to call in synced strikes with them one after another, up to 3 times, with a bonus burst of AoE damage at the end. When Oversync's duration runs out, Linko lets out a blast of overloaded static noise, dealing 1 instance of anima burst damage to every enemy inside the resonance field. The more types of debuffs the target is carrying, the higher the damage climbs.
She seems like straight up like hard support for the Zanko then. I guess this is kind of their way to like get the players to pull both of them because they synergize really well.
You can also tap her ultimate again to end the overdrive early. And even after Oversync ends, the resonance field lingers for a while. And during that window, her teammates' support skills are empowered, with their damage counting as follow-up attack damage.
Any other combat tips for Linko while we're at it?
Unlock Linko's passive skill, Weakness Radar, and simply having her on the team upgrades the...
I think it's really interesting that they kind of put a lot of like gameplay tips inside this kind of like programs. they don't. I don't think I've watched a lot of like game preview that kind of does this. Usually they would lean more toward like marketing the characters and like showcasing their animation, but like nothing more than that. Whereas like in here, they kind of try to show the meta as well. For example, like how the character would perform in a team, or like how they do the combo, and like what kind of like special effects they can do, right? I feel like it's a lot more detailed in this program compared to like other games program, like for example like the Wuthering Wave preview program that we watched yesterday.
The Hexed cycle effect. The bonus follow-up damage from Hexed goes up, and targets under Hexed take increased follow-up damage. And it's worth pointing out, a normal synced strike doesn't trigger cycle reactions, and its damage scales off of Linko's own stats. But unlock her passive skill, Precision Tuning, and each synced strike, based on the teammate who launched it, lowers the target's resistance to the matching attribute for a set duration. A target can carry resistance reductions for multiple attributes at once, but same attribute reductions from synced strikes don't stack. Triggering them again just refreshes the timer.
As for progression, Linko's skill upgrade material is Dress Sleeves of Vanity.
Oh no, Arachne. You could have to grind your ass again.
Acquired from the Anomaly Pilgrimage, the never-ending Arachne. And her level ascension material is Water Moon Pick, acquired from the Anomaly Hunt, Beat King.
Linko's Ride-Along, Little Sparrow, and Move-In interactions also become available with the new version. Let's take a look.
Oh, where's the phone? She's supposed to be playing with her phone there. Ain't no way it's about to fall on her. Oh, that's so cute. That is so cute.
Besides her loungewear, Linko has 2 more outfits on the way.
Now for the banner rundown. In the first half of version 1.3, Scarborough Fair will run the limited board Alluring Shadows, featuring the exclusive S-Class character Zonko. At the same time, the limited board The Ichidaime returns, featuring the exclusive S-Class character Nanali.
Wait, we're already doing a rerun now? That's crazy. That's like really quick, not gonna lie. We're like barely 6 months in, right? 1.0, 1.1, 1.2 is 4.5 months, I believe. So 1.3 is around gonna be like around 4.5 months, all the way till the 6 month. So within like around 4.5 to 5 months, we already starting doing reruns. Interesting.
Then, in the second half of version 1.3, Scarborough Fair opens the limited board Surfing All
is it coming to
Channels,
Hotori?
featuring the exclusive S-Class character Linko. Alongside it, the limited board Misty Tipsy Style returns, featuring the exclusive S-Class character Hotori.
Each half of
each character is gonna have like a 4 to 5 month gap. Interesting. I wonder how they're gonna handle it. We're gonna have to see, because we still have like at least like 2 more September is 9th, so we still have time for 2 more patch in the current year, I guess, for this game and for NTE specifically. So we'll have to see how they're gonna handle it like next year, not gonna lie.
version 1.3 runs for 21 days, so keep an eye on each board's window. And, just like before, each limited board comes with its matching skin perks event.
Right. Besides dropping directly from the board, rewards can also be claimed outright once you rack up enough total rolls on the matching board.
And also like before, roll counts are shared across all limited boards running at the same time. But skin perks progress sticks to its own board, with each board tracked separately.
That's fair. Honestly,
Here's a
that's
simple
fair.
example. If you're after Nanali's skin perks in the first half of 1.3, you'll need to roll on her limited board, the Ichidaime.
And when a board of the same name returns, your skin perks progress carries over. So say you already banked 50 rolls in
That's
Nanali's
nice.
skin perks event last time. This time,
And
you can
and,
pick
and then
up right
I
where
think like it's kind of immersive in some ways, because like you're pulling for that character, so like the obviously the outfit ties to that character specifically. So it makes sense like they track progression separately based on like the banner of the character for the bonus outfit. But like for the pity is the same. The pity is shared between all characters. So I'd say there's a W right there.
You left off.
So, because like the character that people pull more will be the character that they like more, right? And therefore that's where you will probably get the outfit for them.
Starting at 50.
Along with the new boards,
I need to at least. This is gonna be rough. Like I'm thinking of like Nanali and Linko getting one copy of each of them at least, and then I'm gonna get I'm gonna try to A6 Hotori and Zanko, because Hotori is like buff is honestly kind of insane. So oh, money, gotta work even harder.
The ARC shop will be stocked with new research programs. The first half of version 1.3 brings Zonko's Spellbound Special and Nonali's Tiger Special. And the second half brings Linko's Soundscape Special and Totori's Bright Moon Special.
And like before, pull counts and city progress are shared across all Special Issues ARC research programs. Oh, that's a lot to take in. So let's give everyone watching a breather. Time to drop today's second redeem code. We'll be back in a moment for the next exciting segment.
Eye of Delusion.
Welcome back. Before the break, we met the 2 new characters arriving in version 1.3. Now let's see what else is changing around the city.
New location? Ayo? Wait, we got 2 whole new map. Man. This game is stepping up. In Wuthering Wave, you get 1 new map on every update. On this game, you're about to get 2 new maps on every fucking update. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of concerned. That sounds like a lot of money. Or like investment. Actually, Dustmore seems to be more of like an expansion to the current overworld map, by the looks of it. And like it seems like to have like a lot of like empty areas by the looks of it. It seems to be more closer to like nature. It kind of reminds me of like the map from Dying Light, Dying Light the Beast, where it's like just like this big like highway, and like the rest of it is like kind of like empty nature. Which I'm assuming on this game is probably going to be filled with like references and like anomalies that you can kind of grind on, hopefully. Like it'll be really sad if it's like empty and like all we have is fucking trees on there. Oh, interesting. Oh, is that a new car? Is the red one a new car? No, I think that's a Porsche, right? I think that's a Porsche. I might be wrong. Ain't no way they're doing like this, like fucking like Night of Fire type of vibe. Initial D. God damn it! Why did I say the name of the song? Some Tokyo Drift shit, bro. Does that mean... Wait, the fact that they're showcasing cars riding around here, first of all, that means the map is gonna have a lot of highways, which like really gonna be like perfect for like racing with people, or like even like doing it yourself. And second of all, does this mean that they're about to do driving gameplay improvement, like driving system improvement? Because that'll be sick. Because like the driving honestly right now is still kind of... Oh man, I kind of wish that the fucking grass kind of works like what Wuthering Wave does, where like they have like physics and like can kind of like get swept away with the wind. Because it would fit a game like NTE so well, because there's way more vehicle usage in like NTE compared to like Wuthering Wave, not gonna lie. So I feel like the wind physics and like the fact that like grasses and like petals can like can flow away would be really good. And also you can kind of see here like there's another character that's like riding a bike. I'm assuming it's Zanko, I'm not gonna lie. This area has a lot of like Japanese vibe to it, honestly. It feels like Mount Fuji or some shit. Oh man, that walking in first person, it kind of like looking at a different game. Ain't no way, like, you know, they gave you a scene like this and like yeah, it's a gacha game, bro. Like, man. Wait, I just realized, are we watching in like? No, we're not watching in like the highest possible quality. My bad, guys. My bad. I did not realize it's not 4K. Actually, it's like 2K. This scene, not gonna lie, if it weren't for like the low quality kind of like texture, I would have think that like this is fucking Far Cry. But you can kind of tell from the low resolution texture that it's definitely not Far Cry. And honestly, maybe actually maybe we do have grass effects. I think this is because they took the. I believe that this is a live recorded from a console, or at least like not on max settings. Because if this is like max settings with like ray tracing and everything like that, I think that the actual texture looks a bit better than this. Like from what I remember from my game, at least. I forgot that thing exists. I don't have it yet. The fucking wheelchair. Oh, that's like fucking go-kart. That's not a bike. Oh, this is the Regalia one with Hotor. Oh, that's a nice spin. Holy. And also like the 2-4 Mart. Yeah, this is kind of gives me like a lot of like Japanese vibes, especially with like the sakura tree and flowers and petals.
First up, Duskmore.
Okay, wait. Okay, look at the reflection here. This is absolutely not ray tracing. I'm telling you guys right now, this is not ray tracing, I think. This is probably most likely Lumen. But actually, maybe it is ray tracing, actually. I might be wrong. Because the reflection of the person here actually is pretty clear. No. This is either Lumen or this is like the normal ray tracing. This is definitely not full pat tracing, like full ray tracing. Because on the full ray tracing, the reflection is clear. It's like almost looking like a it's like 90% clear. It's almost like looking at a mirror. Whereas here, they don't have like a player, because like if there's a player model here, it will be so much easier to kind of like notice whether it is like a lumen or like ray tracing. But I think based on like the way the lighting looks, I think I'm gonna assume this is lumen actually, especially with the kind of performance they're trying to showcase. I'm assuming they're not gonna like turn on ray tracing.
First up, Dusk.
Ooh, that's a big ass area. And like look at how many like highway paths that you can take. It's literally gonna be like a racing paradise. And at the same time, this kind of reminds me of like freaking Dragon Spine, because they have a big city and then like the next map expansion is basically a fucking mountain area, because like Dustmore is like the mountain, this big thing here.
Duskmore, a brand new district coming to Heathrow. Duskmore sits in the northwest of Heathrow, and it's been under construction ever since the appraiser first arrived in the city.
Why is it under construction?
And now, it's finally ready to open its doors.
From the air, Duskmore really does look nothing like the districts we have now. Hang on, what's with all the cars tearing through here?
Wild, right? but if you're looking to get your fix of speed and adrenaline, Duskmoor is the place to be. The district is massive. A full lap of its highway loop takes a good 10+ minutes.
Driving in the game takes 10 minutes to go through like highway loop. That's insane.
Whoa. Cruising on auto drive and taking in the mountain scenery sounds like a pretty great way to unwind. But
I am looking forward to exploring like these open world maps once I finish catching up with the Zenless Zone Zero story, not gonna lie.
Thought of scouring a whole new area filled with oracle stones is already making me tired.
No worries there.
I feel you.
In Duskmoor, all you have to do is drive to your heart's content. Every oracle stone in the district can be scooped up right from the driver's seat.
Oh,
okay. Now that I can get behind.
The district also has plenty of racing challenges waiting for appraisers. Each course strings together all kinds of back-to-back corners. And once you factor in road surfaces and elevation changes, they're a real test of driving skill.
Racing fans, don't miss this. I'm all
we got fucking Tokyo Drift right here. Initial D, Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, let's fucking go.
Already looking forward to some spectacular.
Like, who needs a racing game when you get this game, guys? That is such a stupid thing to say. Not gonna lie, but
spectacular driving.
Duskmoor opens all new race courses through villages, fields, and wild mountain roads, plus a whole range of loop rally circuits. Just picture it. Follow cam rolling as you conquer course after course. Gets the heart racing already, doesn't it?
Meanwhile, a few of Hethero's racing teams have already hit the new courses to practice, and they're itching to take on the Appraiser. So gear up, everyone, and let's hit the road.
Now let's shift gears and head to another brand new area.
The fuck then?
It's the height of summer, and with the Scarlet Letter incident behind them, where should the Appraiser and friends go to unwind?
Ain't no way. There's
the
a new
beach, obviously. A game of beach volleyball, a heart-pounding jet ski session, or even just
Is this part of
in the sun.
Duskmoor?
You really can't go wrong.
Yes, exactly. Summer in Heathrow is finally here. The beach sits in this new area too, and it's kicking off a whole run of summer events. Let's take a look.
I see. It's part of the Duskmoor area, I guess. Ooh. Iroi. Hey, yo, we got Shinku. Oh, Appraiser got an outfit too, and then Nanalie get like, all of them get swimwears. Coco too? Well, no, not Coco. Oh shit, who was her name? Mint. God damn it, Mint. Why did I say Coco all this time? Oh, Chaos. Wait, does this mean we can finally ride those like jet ski? Because like so far we haven't been able to like kind of like drive any of like the water and like vehicles. Oh, is this actually in-game? It's actually in-game. Everyone gets a fucking swimwear outfit. That's crazy. All 6 of them. Sunko got another one too. That's 7 outfit. Well, 8 if you include the other gender of like 0. Wait, ain't no way. Mint's outfit is from Gacha? What the fuck, bro? For Mint? Of all the characters, it's for Mint? Oh, actually, no. Nanalie's too. And Appraisers too, obviously. I think all the nearly a lot, like half of the MC outfit is basically gonna be like from the fucking Gacha boxes, I think. Ah, of course, Chaos outfit is available from the mall.
For the upcoming summer festivities, some of your companions are slipping into summer outfits to soak up every last ray of sunshine.
Do only the current banner characters get summer outfits?
This summer's special outfit lineup includes the Appraiser, Mint, Nonali, Chaos, and Zonko. Plus Shinko and Iroi, who arrived last version. And more special outfits are on the way for other characters down the line, so stay tuned.
And out on the sun-soaked beach, a brand new activity awaits.
Beach volleyball.
Volleyball.
Bro, that's so insane. Living up to the name of being anime GTA right here. And also, it kind of reminds me of that freaking minigame from Tower Fantasy, actually, because I think in Tower Fantasy we do have this volleyball like event. I remember playing it, I think. This actually looks better now, actually. Because you can kind of tell this is like the actual gameplay. And it actually looks more dynamic. And less kind of like stiff. It's more fluid animation and like gameplay overall. And I'm assuming that slow motion can only happen if you're playing alone.
Hold on. We're actually going to play volleyball here?
Yep, and everything you just watched was my own gameplay. Pretty impressive, right? Heathero is hosting a beach volleyball tournament, and the Appraiser will battle through the city's volleyball-crazed locals one after another on the road to winning the championship.
I kind of wish they add more NPCs variation that is like wearing like actual bikinis instead of like having all of them wearing like full-on shirt and pants and shit like that on the fucking beach, bro.
It sounds like it's mostly PvE, which suits me just fine. So, how does it actually play?
Beach volleyball.
They should let you play PvP, not gonna lie.
You'll start out in the Rookie Series, where beating each opponent unlocks the next difficulty and keeps your climb going. If you're new to beach volleyball, this is the place to start. Every character has their strengths and weak spots on the court. You can check the details in their player profile. Read the matchup and field the right characters, because the match starts the moment you pick your lineup. Choose one character to control and one AI partner. Then, take on your opponents as a duo. You score by landing the ball in the opponent's court, or forcing a botched receive. Use spikes, feints, and gaps in the other team's defenses to break through. First side to reach 7 points with at least a 2-point lead wins.
It's worth adding that your AI teammate reads your position and automatically covers the other half of the court on defense. So, just take whichever spot suits your game best. Beach volleyball is genuinely easy to pick up. A few matches in, and it all clicks. So rack up those reps and become a beach volleyball ace.
And did I mention it's not just the Appraiser who gets better? All the characters can grow their stats too.
Oh? How so?
Holy shit, you get to 100?
Every character has their strengths and weak spots on the court, specifically in these 6 stats: serve, spike, set, receive, block, and dig. Keep playing a character to earn experience, level up, and grow their stats in each of these areas.
Sounds like there's real depth here, but won't everyone's stat spread end up looking the same at max level?
Not to worry. Every character starts from a different base spread, so even at max level, no stat sheet looks the same. On top of that, you can use talent bread to steer a character's growth yourself.
Talent bread. That sounds like a powerful loaf.
Talent bread does more than just boost the stat you pick. It can even push past a character's growth cap. You can give it to a player at any time to boost whichever stat you choose.
Also,
Wait, but if that's the case, then like what this guy is saying is right. Eventually, everyone can look the same if you have enough talent bread.
both the character you're playing and your teammate earn experience. But quitting mid-match earns you nothing, so keep that in mind. But this talent bread you keep hyping up, how do we actually get some?
That brings us to beach volleyball's next big mode, the weekly match. Playing the weekly rounds earns you Fawns fast, and first place takes home bonus talent bread.
I'm detecting a fast track to piles of Fawns. Tell us everything.
That's right.
I'm kind of concerned. I saw a lot of people in Reddit have been kind of like annoyed by the fact that like everyone had to come back here and do the freaking come back every 2 weeks every week is about is usually revolving around finishing beyond the star beyond the rails on this week, and then like finishing the heist next week, and then finishing the beyond the rails again, all while doing keeping up with the stamina system, right? The city stamina, which I'm not sure how people are gonna feel if they had to like keep up with yet another weekly thing. Not gonna lie, even though like it's in a way it's like really player friendly and you don't necessarily have to finish it, but I feel like a lot of people are gonna get FOMO'd out into like finishing all of this and finishing all of this every week, and then they're gonna eventually get burned out because a lot of people are already complaining about that because of the city stamina thing, right? So unless they change the city stamina to be kind of like more to be able to like double claim, for example, like to finish things faster, it's gonna be like really annoying.
Weekly match is a PvE.
Like keeping up, like this game is gonna be like bigger in terms of like trying, like really big in terms of like trying to like hoard all of your free time, basically.
Tournament where teams battle it out for the championship. Pick your teammate, fight through the group stage for a spot in the knockouts, and go win the final. A full weekly run takes 5 matches, and 1 loss knocks you out on the spot. Your final placement decides both your Fawn's payout and your ranking for the week.
Ooh, they use your stamina. Okay. So they use your city stamina points. Interesting.
And winning it all pays out a hefty lump of Fawn.
So instead of like competing with the city stamina, this might be an actually good way to like finish, to get the stamina out of the way.
Plus talent bread in one go. Just keep in mind that playing in both the Rookie Series and weekly matches costs city stamina and rewards you with Fawns. Additionally, weekly matches pay out bonus Fawns based on your rank. This bonus draws from your Tycoon Incentive Fund allowance, which caps at 1 million Fawns and resets every 2 weeks. Earnings from Pink Paw's Heist and a few other modes also share this cap. We'll go over the finer details later.
I see. Interesting. So now you get to choose what kind of activities you want to do. That's nice. Having options is always nice, actually. Now that I'm hearing about it, like obviously it would be nice if the limit is a bit higher now with more flavor of game modes. But honestly, giving people the options of like how they want to finish their finish their weekly city stamina and the heist limit, I think it's really nice, because that means like if you really hate doing heists, which I think a lot of people do because the map does not change and like everything looks the same and it's all up to luck, this would be like a good alternative to like finishing that, like getting to the cap. And also using your stamina.
Your weekly match placement also earns you points toward Heathero's city-wide volleyball rankings. Keep at it, and you can climb all the way to the top as Heathero's best. For the finer details, check the event page once it's live in-game.
And once 1.3 drops, beach volleyball joins Heathero's hobbies as a permanent mode.
At some point, mysterious floating cargo started appearing in certain stretches of water. They come in all sizes and rarities, and some are genuinely precious finds.
Precious
what is this?
Finds, you say?
Dave the Diver type shit?
How do I get my hands on those?
During the event, hop on a jet ski and head out to the marked locations to start salvaging. You'll aim with a harpoon.
Wait, no, it's that one game, Dredge, I believe, where you have a ship and then you have to basically like look for junks on the fucking water, on the sea. Except it's now 3D instead of 2D, because I remember Dredge is like 2D, I think.
Hauled aboard.
So basically, gather cargo, bring it ashore, and get paid. Simple as that.
Right. Though here's the catch. Your jet ski's fuel is limited, and only what you bring back to shore before the tank runs dry converts into points and...
Better ride smart then. Keep an eye on that fuel gauge, or the whole run goes to waste.
While you're out salvaging, you'll occasionally spot some odd-looking parts. Salvage these parts and use them to upgrade your jet ski's capabilities. For example, your harpoon can gain range, while the jet ski gets more top speed and cargo capacity.
That sounds like a blast! I can't wait to try it! But hang on, jet skis can't just be for salvage runs. Where's my high-speed racing?
Oh, it's coming. In version 1.3, water racing routes are popping up all across Hetero, just waiting
we can
to be conquered.
actually ride
this
them
time you're trading
on the
wheels
water
for
now.
A jet ski.
Absolutely. Like, I fucking knew it. As soon as I saw that fucking like beach episode, like the summer theme, I was like, ain't no way they don't let us like freaking like ride in the water now.
To compete against a multitude of rival crews.
Once the update lands, head to the jet ski racing event page to browse the new routes. Then, ride out to the marked spot and talk to the crew member there to start a challenge. During the event, water routes unlock over time, and the event page tracks which ones are open.
Each route comes in 3 difficulties, and each difficulty carries 3 challenges. Complete a challenge to claim its reward.
I
Clearing
think
one
I was gonna say they should let us pick which difficulty we want to play, and if we finish the hardest one, everything else below it gets finished immediately. But as soon as I was about to say that, they made it a step-by-step kind of like feature. So I'm assuming it's gonna be like opening like for the I think there's gonna be like 7 levels with three stages each.
Difficulty unlocks the next. Show us what you've got and chase those record times. And speaking of jet skis, the new version brings NTE's first water vehicle, the Tide. Let's check it out.
It's a jet ski, bro. Obviously, ain't no way it's not a jet ski. Fucking do it. It's cool that they put animation on it. We all know it's gonna cost like it's gonna be a gacha box though. I fucking knew it. Mystery boxes. I'm starting to seeing a pattern here that every new vehicle that comes with the update has been all like gacha only. It can jump. That's crazy. The water splashes looks really bad, but the actual water like wave
After
looks
the
good.
update, the Tide goes on sale as a mystery box set. You can spend fawns or analyth to open mystery boxes. The cost goes up with each box you open. There are 15 boxes in total, and opening all of them unlocks every reward in the pool.
Okay.
Besides the Tide itself, the set also includes summer outfits for the Appraiser, male and female, Mint, and Nonnally.
The jet ski isn't riding solo either. There's also a dune buggy on the way.
Whoa. Okay. Look, purchase with funds. Finally, I was gonna say that like they should definitely like add some of the vehicles that is like purchasable with the in-game currency instead of just purely it being like cash only, like real money only. But to be fair, even the mystery boxes are technically in-game currency purchasable, which I think is really good. But the problem is like I think it's the price. It's just like there's just no way for you to like actually no. Yeah, I think that's how they kind of like want to manage the economy, I guess, because you definitely cannot earn those vehicles purely from fonts every patch. There's gonna be like some vehicles that you have to skip, not gonna lie. And we will never know whether like the vehicle will actually come back or not, which I think is like the most concerning part. It's okay. I was gonna say it Loki looks kind of slow, but it's actually pretty fast now. It's probably not as fast as any of like the supercars, so I'm assuming it's gonna be like in the around the speed of like the freaking truck, which is like 120, 150 maybe. Looking at it right now, maybe even slower than some of the bikes in the game.
As a direct funds purchase. We'll share the full details once it's listed.
That's all we get for vehicles? Come on, give us a little more.
Oh, in no way.
Patience. This next ride has been at the top of appraisers' wish lists for a while, and I doubt you'll be able to resist it either.
Oh? Look,
wait, we got a third one?
These appraisers have seen it all, Becky. I doubt you're going
Ain't no way you let us fly.
So tell me, does life ever feel like it's moving a little too fast? This ride can help you with that. It's built for two. You and a companion, pedaling slowly past one gorgeous view after another.
It's one of those like double riding bike. The bike with like the 2 seats. Oh, that's gonna be so romantic.
There.
Hold on. Pedaling? Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
It's exactly what you think. When the second half of version 1.3
No, it's like a normal bike.
A bicycle built for two, the yesteryear, makes its debut. Let's take a look.
Fuck yeah. Purchasable with pawns. Let's fucking go.
So the yesteryear arrives in
We
the
can
second half of 1.3.
Oh, okay.
And arriving alongside it is the Bike Ride Along event. In this event, certain characters are waiting for the appraiser to give them a lift. Hop on the bike, share a slice of summer together, and get them where they need to go.
With a companion murmuring softly just over your shoulder the whole way. Appraisers, I'll leave that feeling to your imagination.
Now, on a less romantic note, a quick reminder that if you get a wanted level, fall in the water, or wreck the bike mid-ride, the invitation ends there. And you'll have to head back to the event page to pick up the quest again.
What? How does anyone rack up a wanted level on a bicycle? So the wheels are covered. What about that house you teased
I mean, flashback to GTA San Andreas, guys.
last preview? Time for the tour?
Of course. The latest property to hit the market, Still Meadow House, is a detached single-family home out in the Miguel district.
Ooh, that looks really homely. And also, it kind of reminds me of the house that we went in when we were trying to find that missing family member. I think it's part of like one of the side story, I believe.
Wow. Tucked away from all the city noise with its
Man,
own...
it gives like the vibe of like there's like a lot of like Japanese vibes here. Like in this current patch, we got the mountain area that reminds me of like the Mount Fuji with the sakura petals and stuff like that on the road, right? And then now we got this like Japanese looking house. And we got Zanko, which, technically uses a kimono. You can argue that a kimono or like maybe a hanbok, like, the outfit might be like basically like Asian team. Like, we never know if it's like actually from Japanese or not. But like based on her name, I think it's Japanese because like her name is fucking Zanko. So it's probably like a kimono. So like so far there's like 3 aspects of this current patch that's like very Japanese team.
yard and everything.
This is so sick. This is low-key so sick.
I know plenty of people are gonna fall for this one.
And great location aside, the house comes with its own plot of farmland. Buy the property, sow some seeds in the plot next door, and after a little while, it's harvest time.
This place adds another bright spot to Hetero. Here's to a city getting better and better with the appraiser's input.
Funny you should mention that, because Hetero Hobbies is adding a brand new mode, Building Hetero.
Wait, you're not about to put this appraiser to work, are you?
You catch on fast. Construction sites big and small are going up all over Hetero every day.
Okay.
And between tight deadlines, heavy workloads,
Wait, ain't
thin
no way
crews,
they let you
and
work
clients
chores.
kicking up a fuss, skilled hands are in serious demand.
Wow. That hits a little too close.
That kind of hurts, bro. I've worked so hard in real life and now I have to work in game.
Close to home.
But maybe this is a really good way to like finish the city stamina. I wonder if they're gonna let us like do kind of like continuous here, or maybe even like AFK. Maybe who knows?
The grown-up world is a scary place.
In Building Hetero, new construction jobs are posted every day.
Actually, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, I am back. Let us continue watching.
Difficulty varies with the scale of the site, and finishing the work earns you the matching rewards.
So what kind of jobs are we talking about?
Oh, there is plenty to do. Some sites need materials loaded up and hauled around. Some need ground leveled out, others need foundations dug, and the bigger sites tend to post several jobs bundled together.
But all this digging and leveling? Don't tell me I'm doing it with my bare hands and boots.
No self-respecting worksite would ever run that inefficiently. In this mode, the jobs you take decide the machine you drive. Digging means hopping in an excavator, leveling calls for a road roller, and so on. There are dump trucks, forklifts, and more waiting for a driver. We'll let you dig into the rest yourselves.
Construction work joins hetero hobbies as a permanent mode too. When there's life,
That's actually like a lot, not gonna lie. They added so much game modes, new maps, new events, new vehicles, new outfits. That's like a lot, like a hecking lot of work. Like that's like a hecking lot of work. Like I ain't gonna lie.
there's concrete to pour.
We've also got a limited time event lined up, Runaway Echoes. In this event, you pick a character and step into an anomalous realm, where
Oh, this is straight up like fucking the recon game mode from like Wuthering Wave, and like basically like 3D Vampire Survivor in some ways. I have to admit though, the map design for like this game mode looks better than like the one in Wuthering Wave, at least like the old one. I don't know like how the new map looks because I haven't tried out the new Wuthering Wave event, right? But at least compared to the old version where like they just put you in a circle where you have to kind of like evade attacks and stuff like that, this area looks better.
hordes of monsters come pouring in from every direction. Steer your character through the swarm, cut them down with your skills, and scoop up the experience orbs they drop. Use those to level up, pick upgrade cards, and survive as long as you can while defeating as many monsters as possible.
Dodging monsters and picking upgrades at the same time? Ugh, that sounds stressful.
Don't worry, your standard skills fire automatically here. All you need to focus on is positioning, dodging when needed, and carving a path through the horde. Every run also earns talent point items, which light up your character's talent tree to upgrade base stats and combat mechanics alike.
You mentioned picking upgrade cards on level up. Are those random every time?
They are, and the card pool is huge. There are base stat cards for straight boosts to attack, crit, and defense, skill cards that grant whole new ways to attack, and special function cards that expand your skill range, lower skill cooldown, and more. No two runs play out the same. It all depends on the skill cards you pick.
I see. Draft the right kit, and the monsters melt that much faster.
In simulation mode, hold out against the anomaly horde for a set time to clear the stage. And if that's still not enough for you, try endless mode and push survival to its limit.
The event also has challenge quests loaded with rewards, so if this sounds like your thing, dive right in.
And version 1.3 isn't only about Hetero. New challenges are landing on the Warren continent too.
Hey.
Oh? What's waiting for us over there?
That's insane.
Dragon Keep is adding a new floor-based monster challenge.
Oh, we got a fucking Spiral Abyss now.
Split into two modes, Standard and Infinite. Standard mode runs 99 floors in total. Defeat every
I'm sorry, how many floors?
enemy on a floor to move up. And Infinite mode is exactly what it sounds like. A climb with no ceiling. Think your skills are up for it? Jump.
Brother. That's hella content right there. 99 floors? Man, we got a lot to catch up. Low key, I might actually have to drop one of my gacha game at this rate because like these open world games are insane. Like, keep in mind, I'm not sad about it. I'm actually happy that like open world games actually has open world, like, you know, actually utilizes their open world and actually provided like plenty of content. Because I think that's the whole reason I'm attracted to like open world games in the first place. Is like the size, the expansiveness, the freedom to approach things and do like variety of activities. And moreover, I think the best part, the part that the NTE has over like games like Wuthering Wave or even ZZZ right now is the side activities. There's just so much to do that doesn't have to be combat. Which, like, you know, I am a big fan of combat. Like, combat will probably be one of the main selling point in like games that I like. Like I would like the games that I like definitely has like usually like 90% of them probably have like combat as like the main attraction of the game. But being able to do more than that, I think kind of makes this game feel like a step above the other games, especially with how good the gacha system is, right? Like how I want to say beneficial, but like that's not the word I'm looking for. How generous like the gacha system is. Like, and how much of the stuff in the game is available with the in-game currency. I think it's like very very insane. Especially with the scope of the game. I am honestly somewhat concerned and hopeful. Like, I'm concerned on like the amount of budget and like work that is needed for like this much variety and content, and how much polish that they hopefully do, because like I think the thing that lacks in this game so far has been polish, and like how some of the content has like these like weird like limitation or weird problems that like I feel like shouldn't have not exist or should have been fixed if anyone with enough like gaming experience like you know, like me for example, like play and play test and like actually check, and yet it happened anyway. So, but at the same time, man, there's so much to do in this game. In that regard, I think like this game is a step above compared to Wuthering Wave and ZZZ. I think ZZZ is slightly above Wuthering Wave just because ZZZ has trust events and like trust encounters and like quality time, which means like it does have kind of like this companionship feature. It's just not as fleshed out as like what NTE has, honestly. It's like on a whole different scale, you know. They can literally live with you like in NTE, and they can, you know, you can have them walk around, you can have them do activities with you and stuff like that. And if anything, ZZZ recently have been trying to reduce that kind of stuff, at least from my observation, which, you know, you never know. But like I think like the newer character in the new all the characters from 3.0 moving forward has less activities overall, if I'm not wrong, which I think is like really sad for me personally. You know, maybe for other people like they prefer that, but like for me, like that's a decline in like freedom and immersiveness and like kind of like interactivity of the game personally. So let's go back into watching this
and
now.
see just how far you can go.
We'll be waiting to hear how high everyone climbs. And that's our cue for the third redeem code of the program.
Okay.
We'll take a quick break, then dive right into the next segment together.
I'm assuming the next segment is going to be cute, like quality of life improvements. Summertime. Oh, neat.
And we're back. After everything Baggy just walked us through, 1.3 is clearly packed with fun new ways to play. But that can't be everything, right? There have to be more events waiting for us.
There are. First up, everyone's...
And like everyone is probably wondering like, why am I talking less about the story in this game, right? Why, like, especially if like for the people who came into my stream yesterday when I was talking about Wuthering Wave, I got sidetracked a lot, especially when explaining lores and stuff like that. And it's I think like part of the reason why I was able to like talk that much is because of how much the world has been built around the game itself, right? And this game, like NTE, is unfortunately still pretty young in terms of lore and everything like that. And even my experience in general with the game is not as much as I liked it to be, because I haven't done a lot of like reading and like exploring the map as much as I would like, and there's a lot of side quests that I have yet to finish. So I have like way less material to talk about the characters and like kind of like make predictions. Like, I mean, obviously I was still trying to like my best to make prediction earlier, but like I have way less material to like kind of like concoct my own thoughts on this game so far, especially when we haven't even finished the literal first arc of the game, and we have no idea what the fuck is the MC is all about, other than the fact that like he is undetected by the Wartenheimer like indicator or something.
Favorite Circle Gifts login event returns right on schedule.
And of course, free
Once the
10
update
polls.
goes live, log in for 7 days to claim up to 10 solid dice completely
10
free.
limited polls.
Don't miss it. And that's just the appetizer. Version 1.3 has plenty more events lined up.
Okay.
So keep an eye on our official channels.
Okay.
We'll be dropping more intel on those as we get closer.
Okay. Praise jam. Oh, wait, what? Why are we getting like bagel supplies like that? Like this? Is this because like a lot of people just wasn't able to like get enough? Surf Raker, okay. Hunter's Crucible. Oh, this thing is back. Added new challenge stage for Mammon and Morphix. Dynamic visual effect as you accumulate event points and the title reward. Ooh. Stamina recharge, nice. Gold Clash, earn double the funds. I mean, it's nice. It's not the best event. Oh, pixel search. There's always pixel search on every patch. That's nice. Double the fonts and double the stamina. Let's fucking go. And also, of course, like beyond the rails, which I assume would have 2. I think because oh wait, no, it's the current patch. There's gonna be like 2 wave, but it's gonna be the same name. Incandescent Circle.
Now, let's head back to Heathero. Muse Flash got a ton of appraiser feedback in 1.2, so once the current run wraps up, we're rolling out a new permanent edition.
Wait, what?
In the revamped Muse Flash, every Echo bookmark bundle you buy also comes with a scratcher. You can exchange Echo bookmarks at a dedicated event shop for special rewards, including avatar frames, titles, name cards, and more. And 3 new types of scratchers are making their debut, with up to 2.5 million fawns up for grabs.
As tempting as that jackpot sounds,
a gacha in my gacha, bro.
And spend within your means, everyone. That said, something tells me the appraiser and Hethra were made for each other. Here's hoping that jackpot has your name on it.
And a quick heads up. Once the update hits, all of the current scratchers will be taken off the shelves. And fawns won from the new scratchers will no longer count toward your Tycoon level or the Pob's Rich list.
Oh man,
In
what the
other news,
fuck?
Gone, and Shadow and Seek, which both debuted in 1.2, are sticking around as permanent modes in version 1.3.
Oh!
There's one more
That's
big
crazy.
improvement landing with the update. Version 1.3 upgrades character rendering with...
Okay. Let's see here. Way more contrast. First of all, I can definitely tell the color is way stronger on the right one. There's a bit more. There's definitely way more shadow effects. So it definitely looks more realistic. It kind of reminds me of like when DNA does their lighting and material update. So what I can tell right now, if you guys look at it, like the hair area, the hair area in the before is like way brighter, and the area in the newer one is definitely like much more realistically rendered, lighting wise. And you can kind of tell the same case with the jacket, where in here the jacket is kind of like fully brightened up, even though like the character was supposed to be under the shadow. Like like how you guys know it's under the shadow is because of this like tree shadow right here. Like you can kind of tell this is supposed to be dark, and yet this character is still bright as fuck. Whereas in here you can kind of tell that like she's actually covered by the tree shadows, but she still like there's still some like sun rays coming through the leaves. So you can kind of tell like here this spot on her face is like bright, and you can also tell in the eyes it looks darker too. So the shadow also affects the eyes too. And let's see what else I can spot. Let's see if it affects any material. The material here, I can kind of tell there's like a bit more contrast in the kind of like the color of the sides here, especially in like the 3D effects of the item. It definitely looks much more like an actual item compared to like here where it looks like it looks closer to metal compared to like how it looks more closer to plastic in the before. That's probably like the biggest one I want to say. There's a bit more shading on like around this freaking thing too. I don't know what to call it. This marshmallow looking thing. Compared to like the one in here, which like this is probably like shading as well, affected by the shadows and stuff like that. And you can also kind of tell the shadow itself. Here it's well, here it's like the same, right? But because of like the new like the lighting effects, it's now actually like properly reflected. Like with the sun ray earlier, it's the same thing here in the shirt here. I think that's all I've seen so far. Maybe there's like actually because of the way the lighting rendered, actually like this logo right here actually like brightens up compared to like the one here, if anything.
With better lighting and shadows across the board.
Let's see if there's anything else that I can spot the difference on. Actually, not that much. Other than that, not that much. This is like overall like a pretty minor upgrade. I think it's like a better like. I wonder if it has something to do with like the lighting algorithm and like the material renders.
And you can really see the difference with the new.
Yeah, the difference is minor, but you can really tell.
Rendering improvements. The lighting on.
Oh yeah, the hair here. Look, the shading on the hair, like the contrast, the color contrast, and the hair shading actually looks more punchy, and because of the punchiness and the contrast in the color, it actually feels a lot more like 3D on the right side, on the right hair here compared to the left one.
On the characters blends.
It feels a lot more like the hair has volume here on the right.
Seen much more naturally.
This update also adds a new feature to the wardrobe system, random outfits. Turn it on for a character, and as long as they're...
That is so good. That is so nice. So now people actually have a good reason to actually collect all of the outfits instead of just buying one, because I'm not going to switch to any other shirt anymore. Now they actually get to display all of them.
In your active lineup, they'll swap into a random outfit from their wardrobe every time you log in or change scenes. Pass through certain places, like school or home, or hop in for a swim, and they'll automatically switch into an outfit that fits the moment.
This one's been on a lot of appraisers' wish lists. Of course, if you'd rather keep a certain outfit out of the rotation, just check the exclusion option in that outfit's customization panel. So only the looks you actually want to see will ever show up.
Perfect.
A fresh fit every time you load in. It never gets old. Next up, a quick rundown of the quality of life improvements we'll be focusing on after the update. Nonali's outfit, the popular kid, is getting a glasses accessory that you can toggle on or off. Bagel is getting a dedicated furniture and decor category, so anyone furnishing their place can find ideas faster. Gifting the item a handwritten letter will now bring up a confirmation prompt, so it never ends up with the wrong character. Open World Multiplayer is getting a shadow sweep tracking feature, making it easier to team up with friends and hunt together. And the main screen is getting a handy one-tap option to hide the UI. City Tycoon's level 16 upgrade perk now boosts city stamina consumption by 200%, up from the previous 100%. Crops you grow at the all-new property Still Meadow House can be
okay, they actually listen and they increase the stamina consumption so people can even can finish those weekly events even faster now. Which honestly, like I don't particularly like how global the change is. I kind of wish they add the option to double claim instead for the city stamina.
Sold for fawns by spending city stamina. Following the update, playing Shadow and Seek will consume city.
Wait, that fucking like plan system might actually be the savior for the city stamina system, especially with the like consumption of it. Like, oh,
stamina and reward.
Wait a minute. If it consumes faster, does that mean the reward gets scaled up as well, or no? That's what I'm wondering. I really hope they do, because as far as I know, every 10 stamina, I think like it amounts to like 1,000 fonts or something like that. So it kind of scales. I think every 1 stamina actually. So like 10 stamina is like 10,000 fonts.
Fonts. Pink Paw's Heist is getting a mini-map.
Oh.
The 1 million Fonz reward pool that Pink Paw's Heist paid out each cycle is being renamed the Tycoon Incentive Fund. And as we mentioned earlier, in addition to rewards from Pink Paw's Heist, rewards from playing weekly matches in Volleystar and the passive income from displaying your collectibles in Going Going Gone all draw from your Tycoon Incentive Fund allowance.
All right, that covers the improvements, which means we're coming up on the end of today's special preview. Time really does fly. Every time we get to this part, it feels like we're just getting started.
Thank you for staying with us. Before we sign off, we want to quickly talk about where the game is heading next.
Okay.
From day one, our goal has been to make Heathrow a livelier, more engaging city.
I think they're doing a good
more
job.
Memorable moments.
I think for that they're actually doing a good job. The city does feel more livelier, and it's definitely more engaging with how many like activities you can do in this game.
And the characters who call it home, and a richer experience for everyone. In version 1.4, Puka Land will open its gates.
We got the fucking Disneyland in NTE. That is actually low-key big. I wonder if this is gonna be the new area. In which case, I guess like they're following kind of like this kind of rhythm of like major area expansion, minor area expansion, and then major again. I think that's how they go so far.
Along with new game modes and a fresh batch of anomaly commissions.
The amusement park is finally opening? Now that's something to look forward to.
Stay tuned, appraisers.
That's a nice teaser.
We sincerely hope each of you finds your own kind of fun in Heathrow.
Once again, thank you to everyone who stayed with us to the end. And with that, it's time to wrap up today's special preview. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yep, I don't think there's anything else. Okay. And with that, that's the end of today's reaction for the Rising from the Moonlit Fog of NTE 1.3 special preview program. But yeah, overall, I am actually excited. There's so much going on in terms of content. Obviously, it like in terms of story, I honestly have my doubts on whether it can rival to something like Wuthering Waves story. But in terms of like content depth and like variety, I think like NTE actually wins, despite like arguably probably having like a lesser budget compared to like Wuthering Wave. Like Wuthering Wave production budget seems like really high, like top tier. I'm not gonna lie. I guess like in a way you can kind of make it kind of feels like they're putting all their money in like specific stuff for Wuthering Wave, like map, like world design and map expansion, region expansion, and like character design and like animations, right? Whereas like NTE kind of spreads their budget much more evenly between like new region, new game mode, new character, new outfits and stuff like that. They have a lot more to cover, so they have to spread their budget more evenly, I guess. Which I think like I like both approach has like its own like pro and cons. But in terms of like someone that, you know, I guess like it's promising two different things. I want to say I'm someone that really likes open world exploration stuff. So stuff like what NTE does honestly kind of leans toward what I like more, because like I'm someone that likes playing Skyrim and like GTA and like Cyberpunk, right? Like those kind of games. But I also do enjoy like a really high quality like content that is like laser focused to certain stuff too. Like so things like Warhammer like 40K. Like let's see, Metro, like linear game that kind of like focuses all their money on like content and storytelling and like animation and stuff like that. I do like them too. I like both. But I do hope that like actually, believe it or not, I can't believe I'm saying this, that like Wuthering Wave and ZZ can take some notes from this game and like see if they can maybe like set aside a small amount of budget to like do some experimental like new features and like new game modes, and like maybe like make the world in the game much more immersive feeling. Because like the world in Wuthering Waves, for example, is really pretty. Like I ain't gonna lie, like the design and like the design and like the story that it tells is really good, but it doesn't feel like an open world. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like the limitation of like exploring the area or something like that, but rather like what you can do in the world is like kind of like really limited in a sense compared to like something what NTE does. Like, you know, you can race, you can run around with your friends, you can you can bring your other character on a date and stuff like that, right? Like NTE just gives you a lot more freedom on what you want to do on those maps, even if the map is not as good looking or as well designed as like Wuthering Waves map. So yeah, I am actually really looking forward to NTE now, and I might actually have to set aside some time to catch up with the Warren continent, because like I'm not at the last difficulty yet, so I'll definitely have to like invest some money there, some time there, and possibly save up money. Oh my god, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be financially destructive for myself. But yeah, I would like to thank everyone who's watching, whether you guys lurking, chatting, playing with me. I appreciate you all, and I do hope I'll see you guys again on my next stream, possibly tomorrow. I cannot fully promise you guys that it will be the case, but if I do, hopefully you guys will be there. Let's see. I want to check something. Okay. All right. Oh man, it's probably just like, yeah. I think that's about it. I kind of want to rate Sue because she is streaming right now. You know what? Let's do it. Fucking YOLO it. I'm gonna fucking YOLO it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Whether you guys liking, chatting, playing with me, I appreciate you all. I hope I'll see you guys again on my next stream. But for now, I'm a ciao. I'm actually gonna rate Sue because she's streaming. Fuck! Of course it doesn't work because of his. Right. Sushi Sue. Does it work? It doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work. Man, I suck at this now. Sushi rate setting does not allow you to. Oh, okay. I guess it's because she's doing a new game. Okay. All right. That's it. I guess we're gonna end the stream here then. For now, I'm a ciao then. I hope I'll see you guys again on my next stream. Probably tomorrow, but if not, whenever it is. Bye-bye.